A 504 plan is a blueprint or a plan for how a child with PH will access learning at school. It provides services and changes to the learning environment to meet the needs of the child specifically. Will your child need more time to go to the bathroom? Can they have water at their desk? How long will it take them to go between classes? Will they be able to complete as much work and keep up with their class? Will that need to be modified or altered? How will their oxygen levels affect their learning process and their test taking? All of those kinds of things. Do they need time to go to the nurse's office and take their medications? The first thing that you need to do for a PH child is to gather the teacher, the principal, the nurse at the school psychologist, and explain to them exactly what PH is, how it affects your child, at what level the disability for PH is for your child. Is your child on oxygen? Do you need to monitor his oxygen levels? Different things like that. The other thing that needs to be done for a 504 is it can include an emergency protocol plan for a PH event. What happens if your child has a PH event at school? Do they call emergency personnel? Do they monitor an airway? Do you lay them down? Do you get the nurse? You need to have an emergency protocol in place for your child when they are at school. It helps the child and the family manage the workload. It helps prepare for longer stays around illnesses, for times in the hospital. How are you going to manage that? How are they going to manage makeup work and still stay current with their class, with the work that they're doing now? All of that is a big concern, and it's a heavier load than what you might think of now if your child is in elementary school, and it just gradually gets bigger and bigger as they head on into secondary schools and to high school. A 504 plan should be created while your child is still in elementary school. You can start getting their needs met at an early age and build on it from there. In an elementary school, you may see that your child needs more rest between subjects, longer time coming down after recess, things like that. As you go forward, is it going to take your child longer to walk from one side of the high school to the other side of the high school? A 504 plan is created with the principal, with the teachers, the counselor at school. They come together and decide what the child's needs are, what accommodations need to be met, and what you can do surrounding that. Now, a 504 can be adapted and changed along the way as different needs need to be met. A lot of them I didn't know about going into it with my child, and I had to revise this plan several times. The biggest difference between an IEP and a 504 that I can see is an IEP has a team of about 12 or 13 people that gives your child measurable goals and gains that they can aspire to throughout the year. You meet about every 3 to 4 months to make sure that your child is hitting the marks that they need to meet to continue on with their class and their age level. A 504 plan does not do that. A 504 plan is brought together with student, counselor, principal at the beginning of the year, and that is it. Neither plan follows a child all the way through college. Once your child graduates high school, they will have to directly deal with the disabilities office at their college.